Good afternoon, everyone. Now I am going to talk on the subject rights and duties, which is legal concept of jurisprudence. Here first we will know what is rights and duties. Rights means it is bestowed by the state. Duties means it is imposed by the state. Here when you say a right, you could see this slide where which is permitted or which is giving you the permission here for the standard of conduct in a fixed area or against the above would be considered as wrong. So first, understanding right, you should understand what is right and wrong. So they say that a moral right and a legal right. So a moral right arises out of or according to a religious faith and belief, whereas a legal right is permitted or a conduct which is according to law. Here when you say a moral and a legal right, for a moral right there would be moral duties, and for a legal right there would be legal duties. When you say for a moral right, the moral duty is called morality, and when you say a legal right, and the duty corresponding to it is a legal duty which you need to obey. And for example, you need to wear a helmet while you are going in a two-wheeler. So wearing a helmet is by a statutory act, and if you disobey it, a fine will be levied. So the legal duty of disobeying, of not wearing a helmet, wherein you will be imposed with a fine. So this is how we need to understand a moral right and a legal right. So here when you see the wrong duty and which is closely to right, why they say so is wrong means wrong in the moral is contrary to the right, which was said by Pollack. He says in an understanding in a simpler way, according to Salmon, simply a wrong act contrary to the rule of justice. So here three words are arising out. So a wrongful act, and which is against rules, and if that is to be monitored, then only justice will prevail. So that is how it should be understood, a wrong and a right. So right is opposite to wrong, and you know when it is a legal right, there is a legal wrong that is committed. So here if you see wrong, it is the moral wrong and a legal wrong. For a moral wrong, they say any act contrary to morality. This is what I was earlier explaining. See, when you say morality, it is arising out of the practice of the belief or how one is trained to do an act. When you say a legal wrong, any act contrary to law. So it is wrong in the eyes of law. So that need to be understood. Next, when you see the wrong and the duties are not identical, but they are correlatives. Why do they say so? Here if you see, the commission of a duty where is equivalent to a breach of duty. So you pay fee and you make your children go to school and get educated, and their duty is to read, and when that is violated, it is a breach of duty. So you enter into a contract for a sale or a lease with someone, and if they disobey the agreement, then it is a breach of that contract. So that is how it is legally understood. Here coming back to duties, here we have Duty is an obligatory act. So nobody can compel. See, you are paying the fee, you are sending your children to school. If they are not doing or performing well, here it is only an obligatory in nature. That is how it need to be understood. Here all acts are not to be considered as duty. This is a very important point which you should remember while reading duty. And when it is an act recognized by law, such is a legal duty. So here I have mentioned what could all be a duty. There is legal and moral duty, positive and negative duty, primary and secondary duty, absolute and relative duty. So here, understanding what is a legal right, one should know that the definition of Salmond, which says that it is the interest which is recognized and protected by the law. Here Wincroft says that a right is a potential exercise of power regards a thing or regard a person. So you purchase some property, you are an owner to that property, and if it regards to persons, you have certain values attached to them. You get, for example, you get married to a person, so you enter the institution called marriage and they become your family. So something wherein you are interlinked and interconnected to an institution called family. Holland writes means he says capacity residing in one person. So this person should be able to exercise his right. He should also have a negative right to restrict others from not entering into his rights. So this is how the right is defined. So these are the things which I wanted to highlight in the first parts of rights and duties. You can go through this slides, and if any doubts you can later ask me on what this is in the second class. Thank you.